Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Hi, folks. Welcome back. And those of you that are new, welcome. Little short video from MSNBC, of all places. And basically, I think the premise of this entire video, and you'll listen to it, it's about the January 6th riot, is that people, the mainstream media thinks that the average person is stupid. And to a certain extent, that's true. But we're not all stupid. And there's 10 people here from the Pittsburgh area, and MSNBC is talking about the January 6th riot. And what they say is fascinating. And the interviewer here seems stunned that they didn't buy the total bull that she and her network and other networks have been feeding the American people. Let's listen. And I'll stop every once in a while and make a comment. But this is fascinating.
Doug Mastriano was at the insurrection, and he was photographed breaching one of the restricted areas. Is that okay?
Which area? Because I saw a video where Capitol officers were taking away barriers and unlocking doors for people. So, I mean,
they opened the gates.
So it shouldn't be disqualifying for an elected official if they participated in January 6th?
He didn't strike anybody. He didn't hurt anybody.
And the only one that died was a protester there, not a Capitol police
unarmed
officer.
Female veteran.
That's the only one that died.
That's the only one who died.
A police officer did die.
No, it was a stroke.
That's not
on site.
Caused by that. That's because he shouldn't have been a police officer. It was one woman.
So what do you make, though?
See, it's funny. She can't continue with that lie and that narrative that she and her network have been pushing. So she immediately turns to another question because she knows she's wrong. So that means the entire time she's been on the air and her colleagues on MSNBC been on the air saying that a police officer died during the insurrection. They knew it was a lie, but they peddled it anyway. So she was quick to change the subject.
Overall of January 6th, I mean, it was, watching that footage, it was pretty disturbing. I mean, there were people throwing excrement at the walls, and it was it's the Capitol.
It looked a lot like Antifa's actions to me.
Yeah. Oh, feces on the walls and some papers disrupted. Minor damage at worst. You think for a minute there was Antifa or BLM in there, that Capitol wouldn't have got trashed? All those statues in the rotunda would have got smashed? You noticed there wasn't any graffiti? Yes, there was windows broken, and the people that caused damage to the property should be prosecuted. There's people in jail for basically a misdemeanor trespassing charge. They've been in jail for over a year. People's lives were ruined, and dozens of lives were lost during the riots in 2020. Don't think for a minute that they had long-term neighborhood businesses, small businesses that were owned by, take a guess, non-white people, burned to the ground. The insurance couldn't cover it. They covered the hauling away of the debris from the burned building. Their business, their livelihood was gone forever. You think some of them didn't commit suicide later? It'd be interesting to find out.
Except on a much smaller scale, it looked the same as the Black Lives Matter riots.
That's what I saw, the similarities to be.
Minneapolis burns, Kenosha burns.
But so it's okay just because one side that you disagree with?
I'm saying Antifa infiltrated.
It's good for one, it's good for the other.
Anybody who harmed anybody who caused property destruction, that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah,
but if you're there making your voice heard at the people's house, no less, that's, again, it's a fundamental constitutional right of an American citizen. And people should not be being held political prisoner because of it.
For misdemeanors. That's East Germany.
That's East Germany.
Tactics.
Yeah, that's what's scary.
It was an actual
East Germany tactics. That's exactly right. That's what they did in the Soviet Union to people they don't like politically. Misdemeanor trespassing charges ruin your life. Looking at 10 plus years in jail. Some people have been in jail for coming up this January, it'd be 2 years. 2 years. And the part that really fascinates me more than anything, the interviewer here from MSNBC acts shocked that you can get 10 people to say that this was total, unadulterated, what happened after was unadulterated bull. And she just can't believe it. You mean to tell me our network and our reach into the American homes, either by internet or cable television, didn't sway everybody? They're just surprised that they don't have the reach they thought they did.
Fiery, but mostly peaceful protests. And the other ones that were the opposite.
Was the protest legitimate in your eyes?
Administration, I
because
feel like, is using it as their Reichstag fire.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're using it as.
Yeah, they're Reichstag fire. And those of you that are younger that don't know what that is, they don't teach that in school anymore. When the German chancellor, I won't say his name because it'll screw up the algorithm, in the 1930s in Germany, burned down the Reichstag. The Reichstag was basically their Capitol building in Germany. They did it and then turned around and blamed it on somebody else to have power and control. Can't use the person's name, but it starts with an H. And that's exactly what happened. That's what they're talking about. And then they got to put their political prisoners in jail and gain more power. Sound familiar?
do you think that President Trump could have quelled the violence that day?
Not him personally.
I don't think so,
I
no.
don't think so.
It started while he was still speaking. I was actually there. I was there to see what I thought was going to be the last time I ever saw Trump in Little Diana.
So did he tell everybody to go and start riding?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, and it actually, I stayed for the whole speech, like a ton of people did. Mm-hmm. And then we all headed to the Capitol because he said, let's go to the Capitol and peacefully let our voices be heard. And we get to the Capitol and we're like, what the hell's going on? Because it had already happened.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and that January 6th committee says, we have overwhelming evidence. He tried to overthrow the government in the election. There's no overwhelming evidence at all. Yes, he tried to use legal means to have the electoral vote changed. Is that against the law? No. Was it probably in his best interest? I doubt it, but that's not the point. It's interesting, though. What could he have done instead? In fact, the really pushing on the Capitol Police, who, by the way, should have had National Guard there, at Trump's request 3 days prior, and was turned down by Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington, D.C., because it didn't look good. See, this isn't about effectiveness. This is about how it looks. And that's been the Democrat playbook forever. They were already riding when Trump was still speaking, giving his speech. So how could he have incited it, and how could he have stopped it?
I saw Democratic operatives instigating people to cross barriers.
And there you have it, folks. And there you have it. The mainstream media can't believe, they can't believe that people are so stupid as to believe their propaganda. I like the lady with the gray boots. She's pretty, I'll tell you, I like her, and I like the guy on her right. Those two spoke the truth. This is their Reichstag. This is East Germany stuff. And they're right. Now, this isn't the whole video. This is the only one I could find. I'm sure it was longer than this, but they probably wouldn't want to show it. And MSNBC had to show this, and you see on the bottom right, it's the Morning Joe. Oh, Joe and his wife. I'm sure they were delighted. And tell them how ridiculous these people were. The one lady was actually there. So there you have it. The American people are as stupid, and they're not as gullible to your bull as you think they are. This gives me a lot of hope. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.